Well, welcome back to GIS Analysis at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. We're going to go and work with the previous data set we worked with where we had fire stations. And what we want to know is for each station, what is the minimum driving distance to every other station? So for example, for station 1, if we had to go to station 3, what would be the minimum driving distance? If we had to go to station 7, what would be the minimum driving distance, etc. So to solve that type of problem, it's new origin destination cost matrix. So what we will do is we'll load our origins as our fire stations. So load locations from our fire stations, and we'll use the label as our name property. And then we do the same thing for our destinations. We'll load our fire stations as our destinations. So we have our origins and we have our destinations. And then if we look at the properties of our origin destination cost matrix, you can name it whatever you want, and then under analysis settings, we'll have our cost to be minimize street miles. And then as it figures out the origin destination matrix, compute the street miles to go from each fire station to every other fire station. And then we can solve our problem. So since we have 7 fire stations, 7 squared will give us 49 lines. So if we look at our lines, we have for all the lines from station 1 to all the other stations. And then the rank in terms of the shortest distance. So to go from station 1 to station 1 is a distance of 0 miles. To go to the next station, which is 0.88 miles away, that would be station 3. So what we could do is let's do a definition query so the origin and the destination are not the same, because that's basically the same station. So if we go to our properties and then definition query, the origin ID, make it not equal to the destination ID. So if it's not equal, that's what we want. So now we have for each origin the ranked distances in terms of the nearest fire station by the street network. So for example, for fire station 1, its closest fire station is fire station 3, and that's a distance of 0.88 miles. So then the question would be, well, let's find the closest fire station to each of the 7 fire stations. So from our lines, we'll create a table of the minimum distance in miles. So take our total street miles, and the statistic type will be minimum, and then the case field will be by origin ID. So then if we look at that table, we have by fire station 1 through 7, what the minimum distance is to the closest fire station driving along the street network.